Hey everybody, Adam Kelly with eatrunrehabilitate.com, and I wanted to take a second to go over thumb spica taping today. You don't expect perfection, especially if you're taping yourself, but there's a few steps that I just want to go over that some people don't seem to take advantage of. The number one thing is an anchor strip, and so if you're going to tape yourself, always start with your hand really nice and wide so you don't cut off blood supply, but you want an anchor strip to anchor the thumb spica to. So I'll have this inch width piece of tape act as an anchor. Not a bad idea to use spray beforehand. I have another one torn just like it. That'll be my closure strip, but will act as a re-anchoring strip at the end. But one thing you gotta pay attention to that I see a lot of people not focus on is where your thumb is at. So a lot of people like to tape their thumb because it gets jacked around and gets caught in a gi. I see a lot of people taping themselves with their thumb sticking way out. Don't limit your motion in a position where you're going to be even more at risk for injury. Keep the thumb closer to the body, all right? And then all you got to do is connect your spica to your anchor strip and then move the tape around your thumb. Don't move your thumb around the tape. So all you do is make a nice little figure of 8, and you don't want to exactly overlap your taping technique from before, your line of pull, because you want to support different aspects of the joint. So somebody whose hand's only about this big, I might do about 3 spicas. However, if it's a more acute injury or they feel like they need more support, you can do more. You could also do less. However, I end it down on the wrist so it kind of acts as an anchor, and then I finish it off with a re-anchoring strip. However, there is still more you could really do with this tape job. If you ever see a football lineman, sometimes it looks like they have a club on their thumb, and that's to the excess, to the extreme. Let's say she, still had a lot of issues and this wasn't enough of a tape job for her, which right now she can still move her thumb a little bit. It's just a very moderate or minor amount of support. But what she could do is, or you could do for somebody, is you could tape around the top and act as an anchor strip for them up there. Always better to tear too much instead of too little. And then you make fanning strips, where it's always faster and quicker if you do multiple of these, tear multiple of these strips beforehand. So maybe I'll put this in fast forward. You just start to fan it, overlap, and go around the joint, keeping them closer up here and wider as you go along. So an important thing to remember when you get to this point is that you need to re-anchor down here so your strips don't fly off, and you also need to re-anchor around the wrist so that those can actually have some support and not come off either. And so keep your fingers nice and wide. It'd be better to go back to like an 1.5 inch thick white tape and not this torn white tape, but this is the only roll I have with me, and I've already torn it into specific rolls. And you could also do another spica over the top if you wanted to really close this off. But if you look, you can fan all the way around the thumb as much as you want, and that'll add additional support to that tape job. Thanks, guys.